นเซตทันไหมถ้าเซตทันพี่ยังไม่กดสตรีมของทางฝั่งพี่นะ Facebook กับ YouTube ส่งสัญญาณให้พี่นิดนึงสวัสดีครับอาจารย์ครับผมเจนพี่กดไลฟ์นะ
Hello, welcome to another Dhamma meeting where we will discuss the Buddhist practices of charity, morality, and meditation. Everyone who is interested is welcome to join. We shall see who will be our first participant tonight. Alice. Hi, Alice from France, living in Bangkok.
Good evening, Ajaan. I hope you're doing well. I have many questions for you today.
Okay.
I have finished your book, Dhamma for the Asking, after I met you during one of the sessions at your temple. And my first question is, I was practicing mindfulness of the body every day. For example, during lunch, I was feeling, experiencing, and observing. Is that the right process? Not to get into overthinking or even performing sometimes.
Yes, just concentrate on watching your body activity. do whatever your body is doing. Stay with your body. Don't eat and then think about going somewhere tomorrow, for instance. Just focus on the activity itself.
What does Dhamma teach us about living with others? Because in social gathering, I feel judged, anxious, and uncomfortable. And also at work, I have to rely on medicine. I fear often my boundaries are not respected and people give me a lot of dukkha.
Well, you have to train your mind not to react to people's action.
Mm.
Try to look at them as something you cannot control, like the weather. You cannot control the wind, the rain, the sun. They come and go as they like. So people, activity or action, you cannot control them. So don't be bothered by them. Let them do whatever they want to do, say whatever they want to say. What's important is your reaction, and you must not react to whatever they do. And meditate, the practice of mindfulness is one way of keeping the mind not reacting. Just focus on your your body if you're doing something, or if you might start to react, use the mantra Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto to stop the reaction.
Also, I feel like I failed at my career as a young graduate who wants to work in Thailand and speak Thai. Use teachings right from the four. How should I use the teaching from the four Idipada?
Or Iddhipada, this is the quality, the mental quality needed to succeed in life.
Mhm.
First, uh, you have to be happy with what you want to do, what you want to be. You have to be happy doing the work for getting to the what you want to become. Like if you want to graduate from college, you have to be happy with studying, going to college. You have to enjoy what you have to do. Once you have enjoyed, then uh, you will work hard. You will not be lazy because you enjoy what you do, so you can do a lot. You will be happy doing it. And the third one is to focus, concentrate on what you do. Don't be distracted by other activities. Just, one single-mindedly do what you need to do, and don't let any other thing distract you away from what you need to do, what you have to do. Okay, we have Chanta, Viriya. The third one is Chitta, concentration or focus on what you do. And the last one, Vimamsa. This means using your your thinking to think only about the thing that you have to do, what you need to
Mm,
do, how can you improve your work, how can you do better, this sort of thing. Think about your work only. Don't think about other things.
can I create my own mantras to meet my goals?
Yes, if you like to, when you mantra, you mean the word Bhutto, Bhutto, for instance?
Something else?
Sure, but
Mm.
it has to be something that will calm your mind, not something that will raise anxiety or worry. If you use the word money, 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 you can get worried about it.
Mhm.
So the Buddha prescribed certain mantra in Buddhism is you can use the word Dhamma, Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, or Anicca, impermanent, Anatta, no self. These are words that will calm your mind, will keep your mind not reacting to anything.
I also tried to meditate for 4 hours. However, I managed to practice only an hour and a half because I noticed I had many nimittas in my mind. Do they mean anything?
They are usually mental fabrication, your mind creating them. So don't pay attention to them. They're worthless. They're useless. Our goal is to empty the mind. So by concentrating on your mantra or on your breath, if you're sitting, and watching your breath.
In your book, I came across the word refuge and creating something inside you that feels safe and free of external. Where can I find that refuge? How should I concentrate maybe into a task without worry, or how to look back inside my mind?
That's what we do. That's what meditation will get you to.
Mm.
If you keep meditating, you'll find the inner refuge inside yourself. And it has the word ubeka or equanimity. Once your mind can come inside the mind and become empty and be temporarily separated from the body, then you'll find peace and contentment in your mind.
Mhm.
So you need to do a lot of mindfulness and meditation.
And last question, what object can we pick to concentrate on doing meditation practice? A person, something we enjoy, something we want to change?
No, you should use what the Buddha prescribed. If you sit, you should watch your breath. Concentrate on your
Breath.
breath, on your in and out breath.
Mm.
Just watch at the tip of your nose when the wind comes in. You just watch. When it goes out, just watch at one point. Don't follow the breath in or out. Just watch at the entrance and exit point.
And I have also one last question here from my brother.
Hi, go ahead.
Yeah, so I just want to ask Prajan that how to be like normally, and I just want to be like meditation always because I'm too happy, and sometimes it might the people around me were like it's like annoying. How can I meditate more?
You have to use mantra all day long. Keep reciting Bhutto, Bhutto. If you can recite Bhutto, then your mind will not be annoyed by anything.
So, and aside from that, can we nang samadhi?
Yes, both. When you're sitting in meditation, but when you're not sitting, you should also use Bhutto, Bhutto.
Yeah, thank you, Ajaan.
Thank you, Ajaan.
Okay, mindfulness is the key to success in your control of your mind, your emotion. So try to use as much mindfulness as possible. Yeah, anytime you can recite the mantra. When you start to feel confused, when you feel agitated, when you feel uh, helpless or whatever, just recite the mantra. Then the mantra will bring your mind back to calm. Okay.
Yeah.
But you need to practice. You need to keep doing it because usually your mind doesn't like to repeat the mantra. It likes to go think about things and then causing the mind a lot of anxiety or worry. So you need to practice as much as possible. You can do this all the time. From the time you get up in the morning, start reciting Bhutto Bhutto as you prepare yourself for work or for school. Keep reciting Bhutto Bhutto or focus or watch what your body is doing. Don't let your mind go think about this and that thing, which you don't need to think. Then your mind will be calm and be empty, be peaceful, be light and happy.
You understand before you work, you need to have Bhutto always.
As soon as you get up, Bhutto, 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 to stop your thoughts. Only thing when you really have to think, but when you have no reason to think, then just stop it with Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto.
And sometimes when you're saying Bhutto Bhutto, and then like a few minutes you stop Bhutto, and is that already good or?
Well, if your mind not thinking, then you can stop Bhutto. But when your mind start to think again, then you should stop it by using Bhutto, Bhutto.
So if you have a meditate already, you can stop by Bhutto, right?
Yes, if you can have, when you have Bhutto, you can stop your thought. when you meditate, you can also use Bhutto and become calm and peaceful from using Bhutto. Okay, so
Yeah.
try to use mindfulness. When we sit, when we say we meditate, we actually are using mindfulness. When we sit, we must be mindful of the mantra, or either the mantra or the breath. Don't sit without having any mindfulness. If you don't have any mindfulness, your mind will start to create all sort of nimittas, images, and whatever mental mental objects which are distracting. They're not calming the mind. They can become scary sometimes. So you must not let your mind do this. You have to force it to keep reciting mantra or keep watching your breath.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dhananjay.
See you on Wednesday, Ajaan.
Okay. See you tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Okay. Next, Rohini. Rohini from UK, from the UK. How's your meditation? How's your mindfulness coming along?
Hello, Ajaan. Thank you. And first, I want to thank you for all the teaching and advice given to us. My meditation is, I'm doing okay. Can I give an update on what I have been doing?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, so I memorize Anapanasati well, and I also memorize, but not fully, Iriapatapabba and the particular Manasikara and the Dhatu Manasikara. And so I mentally chant Anapanasati when I am not doing any activity or when I sit for meditation. And as Ajaan advised us, I try to be mindful on every since I get up from the bed in the morning, and that really helped me to meditate well and prevent my mind from wandering. I really can feel that way. But my mind still wander, but it's much less than how it used to be. So I keep practicing. So that's what I can tell. So
Yes, you have to be patient with your mind, because your
Yeah.
mind is like a wild animal that has
Yeah.
been free to roam for a long time, and now you want to put it in a cage, in a corral, and
Yeah.
then try to keep breaking the wall and keep going away. So you have to keep bringing it back. Be patient.
Yeah.
Mindfulness. Bring it with Bhutto, or bring it with chanting, reciting something.
Yeah.
To keep your mind busy, not letting it think aimlessly.
Yeah. So I can sit now about an hour, or about an hour. But
That's
I can.
good. That's good.
Yeah.
When you sit, you
Yeah,
should
but
be
I still have the desire, after about an hour, then I feel like getting up. My legs, it doesn't hurt my leg, but it's still sometimes I feel like getting up. I don't know why. After about an hour, I shouldn't really, but
It's your cravings. Your craving wants to go
yeah,
do something.
yeah,
So if you want to, you can change posture just to alleviate the physical pain, but maintain your sitting position. Don't go do anything yet, and continue with your meditation in a different posture.
okay. Thank you, Ajaan. Thank you so much.
Try to meditate as much as possible. Try to stay still as much as possible.
I will. Thank
Because
you.
because doing nothing is better than doing something, really, if you can do it.
Yeah, it's good thing that I'm actually in solitude. I'm on 8 precepts, but I don't know whether I'm breaking my 8th one, because the way I my beds are not so the way it should be. So
it just try to prevent you from sleeping too much. So if you have a
yeah,
comfortable bed, you tend to want to sleep more, and this will take away your time for practice. So you want
that's
to
yeah.
so you want to sleep only for the body, not for the pleasure of sleeping.
Okay, thank you, Ajaan. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Next, Mike from New York. Hi, Mike, from the Tri-State, Tri-State.
Greetings, Ajaan. Thank you for calling on me today. I'm happy to be here. I have a few questions today. I recently got done reading the story of the Buddha, Thich Nhat Hanh's version. And one thing that struck me that I hadn't realized before is that Yasadora and Rahula both passed away before the Buddha's parinirvana. And I guess I was curious if Ajaan had any thoughts or wisdom that they gleaned from reading about that, and from letting go of loved ones in like the way that the Buddha let go of his his former wife and his son.
Well, we look at passing away as a normal thing, and it just happened to everybody. It's just a matter of time who go first and who goes last. That's all. But we all will go eventually. So it's no big deal who goes first or who goes last. But we all will go. So anicca, we see the body as as anicca, impermanent, as anatta, no self. It's just a phenomenon, natural phenomenon, and we cannot stop the process. It's just like the weather. Like now, you're changing your time, right? From standard daily saving time to standard time. You cannot change it, right? You just have to go along with it. It's normal. So whenever you have a desire to resist reality, you're creating stress in yourself. So try to flow along with the reality, with what's actually going on. Then there will be no stress. Our mind tend to be choosy. We like to have something when we don't have it. And when we have it, we don't want it anymore. We want something else. So we just keep going after our fancy, our whims and fancy, which keep fooling us to go after things. And then when we get it, we're not content with it. We have to go look for something else. So we want to stop this craving mind by meditation, by wisdom, teaching the mind that everything that you go after are impermanent. They are impermanent, and they cannot give you true happiness because they can change and they can disappear. And when that happens, you will become sad. So it's better not to have anything. Just try to live with nothing. When you got nothing, then you got nothing to lose, right? When you have something, then you have something to lose. So you want to lose something or not losing something. And meditation will give you contentment. Once you have contentment, then you can give up everything. Because you're happy, contented. You have contentment. You don't need anything to make you happy. Meditation is a very important tool for you to let go of everything. If you're happy inside, then you can let go of everything. The reason why you cannot let go because you depend on everything to keep you happy. But they don't make you happy all the time. Sometimes they turn into sadness, or turn into problems. But once you have contentment from meditation, then you can let go of everything. You don't need anything. You don't have to depend on anything to make you happy. So practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is the key to get you to contentment, to peace and calm in your meditation. Anything else?
I had to follow up, and you kind of even touched on it. It's that when you're separated from people you love or things you like, you can have a sense of sadness, and sadness can often feel kind of like a cooling, and kind of even remind one of equanimity. So, is there like skillful ways of using sadness, or can sadness be a tool that helps you achieve equanimity?
Sadness is a sign that your mind is refusing to accept the truth. So you have to teach your mind to accept the truth. Then you will not be sad. And the reason why you cannot accept the truth yet is because you lack equanimity. You haven't practiced enough equanimity. You might still keep craving for things, having attachment for things, clinging to things. Even though you already have lost it, you still want it back. But if you have equanimity, then you say, okay, let bygone be bygone. It's gone. What can you do? So practice mindfulness and meditation to get to equanimity. Then you will have your mind will be happy and content, and it will not have to feel lonely or sad when you lose something you love. In fact, you won't love anything anymore once you have contentment. You find loving is painful, because whatever you love will cause you pain one day, because whatever you love will have to be separated from you. Because everything is impermanent. Everything is another, not under our control. Sometimes we can control them, and sometimes they're just out of control. Then you have to let go. If things are beyond your control, then you just have to let it be. Okay.
Thank you, Ajaan.
Is that all? You can ask more if you like.
No, that's good for today. I can listen from here on.
Okay, then I'll go to Alvin from Malaysia.
Namaskar, Ajaan. Ajaan, I was just listening to the Wisdom Developed Samadhi. Since we were just talking about nimitta, there was a mention of patigha nimitta. Can you elaborate on that, Ajaan?
Patigha nimitta.
Yes.
Patigha.
I think so. Patigha nimitta. I think it was mentioned there are two types of nimitta. It was mentioned, and the other one is you say it's good nimitta. What is patigha nimitta?
I think it's ukaha nimitta. And patipaka
nimitta. Can you elaborate on the patigha nimitta?
Well, the first one, ukaha nimitta, is image that appears like a skeleton, for instance, example. This is when it first appears, it just appears as a skeleton. And then if you want to practice vipassana, then you have to break it down into separate pieces. And this is patipaka nimitta. That's all. That's what it means.
Okay, so that is a good nimitta. I mean, that is a good nimitta to have.
Yes, like if you see a dead body, for instance, then you can break it down eventually into the 4 elements or something like that.
Right. Right.
So
So this would appear during our meditation, right?
it varies from people to people. It doesn't happen to everybody. And if you're practicing on the first stage of practice, you should ignore all nimittas if you practice for calm. But once you become an expert in meditation, and when you meditate, should you have some of these images come up, you can make good use of it if you know how. If you see a body and you can separate into the 32 parts, for instance, break it down into the 32 parts. Then this is patipaka. Patipak means to break it down. Ukaha is a whole picture of a whole image. You want to break that image down to show the impermanent nature of these images.
Right. So when that nimitta, ugaha nimitta comes to our mind, so we would consciously break it down.
You have to consciously break it down. It doesn't break it down automatically.
I see. Okay. Okay.
But this is more on the second level, which we call vipassana level.
Okay.
But when you're practicing on the first level, try to ignore all nimittas first. So to get your mind to emptiness and calm and equanimity first. Then once you have this strong mind, then the next time if you see any images that you can use to teach you the three characteristics, nature of things, then you have to break it down. Because everything is impermanent. Whatever you see, you have to break it down. See a house, break it down. It's gonna be will be broken down one day, sooner or later. See a house, see a car, see a human being, see anything. Just break everything down.
Okay. That means we are in upachara samadhi, right? In this sense.
I'm not sure I don't worry about that.
Okay, don't worry about it. Okay.
You should have any images. If you want to use these images to your benefit, you have to break them down to show you the nature of impermanent of these images, these things that you see. Doesn't matter what, they are all anicca, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. You see food, you can break it down. Eventually, this food will come out through your body.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, understood. So for me, for beginner, we try to keep calm.
Yeah, keep calm first. Until you're sure that you can control your thought, you can control it, you can tell it what to do, then you can tell it to break down things when you see things in your meditation. If you see me, you can break me down to corpse into 32 parts, into the 4 elements, for instance.
Okay.
So that you don't become attached to me, because you see that one day I'll be gone. My body will return to the 4 elements. So that when the real thing happens, then you will not have any sadness, because you already know in advance what's going to happen to this body.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for the clarification. Sadhu.
Next, Al Sosim, also from Malaysia.
Good evening, Tan Ajaan. I'm just listening. Thank
How's
you.
your practice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Last week I went to KL to visit my sister-in-law who is sick. Then I see she can't talk, she can't walk. I see the suffering of aging and sickness. I reflect on my own.
Yeah, you should break her down. You should break her down. Eventually, what you see is ukaha nimitta. Even outside of meditation or during meditation, it's the same thing. You can break everything down.
So
Okay.
I wake up very early in the morning to practice meditate. Then I sat in meditation. I went into samadhi. Yeah. No thinking and just knowing mind. Then after doing the sitting meditation, I went to lie down. Then I was surprised because while lying down also I was in samadhi. I thought lying down is difficult to go into samadhi, but I was continuous. I went to samadhi while lying down.
If your mindfulness is strong enough, then you can meditate in a lying posture without going to sleep.
I didn't go to sleep.
Okay, good.
Okay. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay, next, Marco from the Netherlands.
Hi, Ajaan.
How's your practice going?
I want to report my homework, please. Yes, but first I want to confess that I broke the fourth precept yesterday. Not proud of it, very sad of it. Very disappointed. Thought I was stronger. Also, the way that I got confronted with it was very confronting, and also because I think it was an automatism that happened, and feel really sad about it. Also, the pain that I do my wife. So I'll try to explain the situation. So my wife was testing me, showing me pictures, and there was a picture of a woman, and I saw it, but I didn't acknowledge the fact that I got a like feeling, and I kind of diminished by saying it was, yeah, it's not ugly, but actually there was a like there, so there was a lie. And I took it up, and she didn't think of anything of it. And then in the morning, I was contemplating the picture because I wanted to break it down, because of course there was a like there. I did so, and then I reported that to her, and then she realized what I was said yesterday. And I didn't even remember, and then I felt really bad, and I saw that just the small lie that was there, just it came out automatically, which means that my mindfulness wasn't strong enough, which means that I'm sad, which means that I'm not doing as good as I thought. So I had the feeling that I was going up the stairs, reaching like the 10th floor, and now I feel I'm back at square one again, and that sucks. So it's painful because on Sunday I did the 6 hours sitting still meditation, and I had a lot of confidence because it went really well. I sat 6 hours, and I really had the feeling like, I got this beat. I got these kilesas done. I didn't want to meditate because I was afraid that if I closed my eyes, I was going to fall asleep. So I didn't. So I just kept them open all the time and observing what happened in the mind, trying to constantly go back to the body, see my body, go back to the breathing. So yeah, I had the feeling before yesterday, my practices were going really well, and yesterday was a reality check, and this morning as well. So I feel a bit down now, but I also know that this is what I need to pick myself up and continue and not hang on to it, because then I'm attaching to something bad again and I can't go back. So I just have acknowledged the fault, and your words came back to me. It's like when something happens, admit it, because then it can go away. It's there. I have to deal with it. I have to suffer the consequences of it, which is fair. I just hate the fact that I hurt my wife in the process of doing so by being dishonest, because that's been a problem in the past. So it's kind of like this glass that you're gluing together that's been breaks, and then you get another scratch on it, which is hurtful, which is painful. And then I was thinking that I was contemplating, so is detachment, if it's based on agitation, is it worse than detachment based on wisdom? And what I mean with that is like my anger towards myself feels like I want to let go, but it's not a positive I want to let go. It's not based on wisdom. It's more like I want this feeling to go away.
Well, the real detachment has to come by wisdom, not by not by anger. So
yeah,
wisdom is to accept the truth. That's all. And the lesson here is that you can learn from it is that never believe in your self-assessment.
Yeah, exactly. I just what concerns me most is that I literally did not realize yesterday that I did that. And only this morning, when my wife confronted me, I realized it, and I was shocked, really. And then it's like, okay, so my mindfulness is where then? I've been training, then how? Because then apparently my mindfulness is not strong enough to, at that point in time, to actually just be honest. It was nothing. It was, I could have just said, yeah, why didn't I? So there has to be something under it. And if I try to dig into why I say it like that, it's like there's this fear or something. It's like, is it wrong for me to feel like that? I don't know. I'm trying to understand why, and I can't come up with a good reason for it, and it sucks. And this is what I want to dig in. But at the same time, then that's the greed, right? I want to fix that problem. But how do I fix the problem? I can't, because it's there. So I don't know how to what should I?
Truth.
Yeah, okay.
Accept the truth. Your assessment
Yeah.
is it can be delusional.
Yeah.
Like when you take an examination and you expect to get an A, but when you get back the grade, you only get a C, for instance. So, okay, so that's the truth. The truth is you just get a C, but in your self-assessment, you think you did good and you should get an A.
So I come
So,
back home and I say I got an A, and that's the issue, right?
yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
just accept the truth that you haven't yet become perfect. So it takes time
That
to
I
work
know.
on
So
it.
do you have a suggestion for that fear that apparently is there, then how to beat that? Because I have this feeling that it comes up because of a fear of failing, maybe fear of failure. I don't know, but what's a good approach to try to beat that? Because I have a feeling that like I said, my sitting 6 hours straight was not an issue. I really had a feeling that I was in control there.
If you're not fully enlightened yet, then expect failure as part of your life.
There.
Okay.
Very
Only the
fair.
Buddha and the Arahant they will not fail in their whatever they do. But for us, normal human beings, we should expect failure as part of our life.
True. Okay, so now I'll tell you some story about my previous me, the bad me that I finally am trying to get rid of. The bad me would use this example that you give exactly to do the bad things. Like yeah, but hey, I'm not the Buddha. Like no, it's I don't want to be that person. I don't want to take this as an excuse not to be perfect. So I at the same time I have to accept I'm not, but I also should not accept I'm not, if you know what I mean.
Just accept whatever you are. That's all you need to do. Not what you think you are, but what you really are.
Not what I want to
Okay,
be.
you make mistake, accept this. This is part of you now, but you can change it by working hard at it. Maybe your mistake will become less and less, and eventually there won't be any mistakes at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Ajaan. It's like on my episode day, I don't want to do this. It feels bad, but you're right. I should continue. It's like I have this feeling. This is me also from the old when I was playing a lot of games. It's like you have 3 lives, and like okay, what's this? The lives are gone, right? This last chance. So what now? Still deal with it. Yeah, I have to be strong. Thank you, Ajaan.
Okay, that's all for today.
Well, I had something else. It kind of, I think I beat that one out of the grass already. So in the past, I was actually saying that I was actually proud of my practice. So I had the feeling like I wanted to show off how well I was doing in my head, and it's like that kind of got a good reality check yesterday. So I think that's gone. So I think that question I don't need to have an answer. So my answer would be to myself to say, okay, if you think you're too proud, just wait until your next mistake.
That's right. That's a good reminder
So I'm gonna not
to curb
not
your
be.
overconfidence.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, Tanajan.
Okay, we're not perfect. Just remind ourselves. You know, sooner or later
absolutely.
we'll make mistakes, but it's okay. We can learn from the mistakes we did.
True, true.
Okay.
Thank you, Tanajan.
Next, Professor Ken from Switzerland. Hi, Professor.
Good afternoon, Tanajan. No questions at the moment, Tanajan.
Practicing at home, not going to the monastery.
Yeah, just at home at the moment. Practicing is quite very stable and it's going okay.
Okay, good. Go to Julia from Colorado. Are you cold? Is it cold now in Colorado?
It's the leaves are falling
Mhm.
from the trees. They turn colors and fall off, and there were a few flakes of snow last night, but then
they melt away.
yeah, I like how they melt when they touch the
Yeah.
sidewalk, the cement.
They are impermanent, like
Yeah.
our lives.
Yeah,
Compare them to our lives. We are like snowflakes.
yeah,
We exist for a certain period of time and then we disappear.
yeah. I like how, like when my feet are wet sometimes and I walk, how the water evaporates from each footstep. In Colorado, sometimes it's so dry that when the snow does accumulate, it sublimates instead of going through the liquid phase. It becomes gas directly from the solid phase. And I've always liked that, but I think it's happening more these days, the past few years.
Just accept them for what they are. We cannot change them, right? So just
Yeah.
accept them, acknowledging them. This is what it is. You know, our thought doesn't matter. What happening on the ground that is the thing that matters.
Yeah, okay.
Then we will be peaceful and calm. But if we have any wish or desire for it to be differently, then we can have mental problem.
Yeah.
Anything you want to ask or say about your practice?
I can't think right now, but I know that I'm less likely to attend these teachings after the time change. So I wanted to be sure to attend today and listen and express Anumodana.
So you have one hour later than before now, right?
Oh, so maybe that makes it easier. Sometimes I do it backwards in my head.
Yeah. Have you changed the time already or not yet?
No, I think Sunday it will be.
On Sunday. So you have 1 hour later, see.
Oh, so then maybe I'll be more likely.
Yeah, you have more time because you have more time to sleep. You don't have to get up as early.
Yeah.
It's when you switch to daylight saving time, that's when you have to get up earlier.
Yeah.
Now you can get up later, 1 hour later.
But in Thailand,
We don't change time here. We keep the same time all year round.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just listen.
All right, good to see you. Next, Kok Seng from Singapore.
Yeah, good evening, Ajaan. Just quick update. So this morning, after I meditate for about 1.5 hours, so the pain comes again at the pelvic bone and the thigh joint. So I try to recite anicca, 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 and so today I was not so I didn't pass the test, so I find quite unbearable. So I changed my leg from left to right, right to right to left. Yeah. So I will try again. Yeah, in the next few days to endure the pain.
Yes, just try to keep doing it. Eventually, you'll pass You're past the pain.
Mm. I'll keep trying, Ajahn.
Okay. Use mindfulness. Use the mantra. Anicca, anicca, anicca. Don't think about the pain. Think only of the mantra.
Yeah.
Be
And
absorbed in the mantra, and then you'll forget about the pain.
yeah.
And the pain will
And
not bother you.
yeah. Project actually at the back of my mind, there's also this saying, oh, enough already 1.5 hours, so good enough. Can change the leg. Good. So is this the thinking of the Kilesa trying to tell me to so-called to give up, not to endure the pain anymore?
Oh, just don't worry about it. Just know what you can do, and that's about it.
Mm. Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. Okay. I'll keep trying again. Thank you, Prajan.
You're welcome. Next, Nita. Anita and Saget.
Good evening, Prajan. No question from me. Thank you.
How about you, Saget?
I had a couple of questions, Ajaan.
Okay.
One, I was wondering, well, we recently got a bag of chocolates at home, and they're dark chocolates, and I believe, they're kind of allowable chocolates. So I started having a lot of those, which of course, upset my wife, and maybe it's not good for health also. And I was curious, I noticed this about food, like when I find something delicious, either I don't have it at all, or if I start, then, it just goes on and on. So would you have any advice for me, Ajaan? How can I deal with this attraction for food?
If you cannot stop your mind from craving for food, then you should not take it. If you have it, because once you start taking it food, you'll keep taking more and more. Or you should have specific amount of food that you allow your body to take per day, for instance, like maybe 1 meal a day, and anything after that will not will not come through your mouth, except drink or except water or something like that. And if you want to use wisdom to fix this craving for food, you have to look at the changing of the food from the plate when it enters the body. How does the food look like once it enters your mouth? Chew, mix with your saliva, and then swallow it into your stomach, and then eventually it will be discharged from your body. Look at the different phases of food. Then you can make your craving for food lessen, or not at all sometimes, or no craving at all. Okay, just don't think of the food on the plate because it will cause you more cravings. Think of the food in the toilet bowl.
Yeah. Yes, Ajaan.
They are food, right? In a different stage.
Yes.
This is what we use in order to curb our craving, which cause the hunger, the mental hunger, not the physical hunger, but we have more mental hunger than the physical hunger. And we use this to stop this mental hunger. Then we can eat according to the schedule. If we eat once a day, we'll just eat once a day. And after that, we won't have any craving, any mental hunger for food. Because as soon as we have this mental hunger for food, we can use these images of the food that enters and leaves the body to stop this mental hunger. Try it. It works very good. It works. There's nothing wrong with it. It's in your body. It goes into your body. Your body is just like a factory that takes in, and then it has input, and then it also has output. Okay.
And Ajaan, I had one other question as well, which is that we've been contemplating now going back to India and retiring effectively. And one of the things we worry about is that we may not have, like over here where we stay, we have many friends who are practicing Dhamma. But in India, where my parents stay, I worry that I may not have so many such friends. And I worry that that may adversely impact my practice. Would you have any advice for us how to deal with this?
Well, you have to assess whether your friends is helpful in your practice or not. If they're not helpful, then they don't matter, And what's more important is yourself. Being your friend to yourself is more important than anybody else. So if you're a friend to yourself, then you will encourage yourself to practice more.
Yes.
And you can use the Buddha or his teaching to be your friend also. Keep studying the Buddha's teaching. Every time you read or listen to Dhamma talk, it will give you more inspiration to practice. So eventually, when you in intensive practice, you don't have any friend. You practice alone. Like the Buddha, eventually he was left alone after the 5 ascetics abandoned him. But he didn't care. He kept concentrating on his practice only. He's not worried about other people. So actually, true practice doesn't need anybody. You only need the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha as your inspiration. And you have this meeting on the internet now. You can have many online courses, meditation courses to join if you like. So you have new friends. Like right now, you have new friends in this room. So many people get to know you and you get to know them. Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Ajaan. Thank you.
You're welcome. Next, Philip from Malaysia.
Good evening, Ajaan. I've been wanting to ask, for practitioners like monks and those that doing the 8 precepts, when there is no meal after afternoon, right? What happens when a practitioner gets sick and needs to take medication, and in the medication say, please don't take your medication with an empty stomach. What are the things that it's not to say I'm going to gorge myself with a feast or whatever, but how do we overcome that? Do you all take the allowables, like maybe a slice of cheese or maybe a chocolate to line the stomach, take the medication, or what happens?
It's up to you.
Okay.
As long as you don't break the precept, it's okay.
Okay.
Or you can use the Buddha's medicine, which is your urine. You can use urine as a medicine. That's what the Buddha used during his time. They didn't have any problem with keeping the precept during his, because there's no modern medicine like we have today.
Yes.
And this modern medicine don't change the real story anyway. We all gonna end up dying anyway, regardless of how well we treat the body. So
Yes,
don't worry about it. Usually on most of the forest tradition teachers, they will stick to the precept more than to the medicine. If they have to choose between keeping the precept or taking the medicine, they will give up the medicine and keep the precept because they find keeping the precept is more important
Okay.
than treating the body. The body, no matter how well you treat it, it's gonna end up dead one day. So they're willing to let the body go, but they're not willing to keep up the precept because precept is part of the morality, truthfulness.
Understand, Ajahn. Understand.
Okay.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Most Thai forest tradition teachers don't like to go to the hospital because they know they will be compromised. So they prefer just to use the Dhamma medicine, use mindfulness and meditation and wisdom to keep the mind calm and peaceful and just let the body be.
Mm.
Okay.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Next, B. Ravin from Bangkok.
Good evening, Prajan. So Prajan, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So I tried what you suggested, Prajan, to try to develop more mindfulness, and I found that it has helped in my meditation. So before I meditate, I will sit calmly and just try and make my mind still and be more mindful, and I feel that it's helped. So now I'm trying to be mindful for more parts of the day. That's the challenge that I'm facing. I know I can be mindful for periods of time, but not all the time. So just sharing with you that that's something I'm trying to work on.
Yes, it takes time and it's hard when you're working to maintain mindfulness. So sometimes you need to do it on your day off and be alone. Then you can practice more mindfulness.
Yes, I find that it like Prachan said, it's a good foundation to developing better meditation. So that's something I'm trying to work on.
Okay.
And Prachan, just before, I think you mentioned about seeing a body and breaking it down. Breaking it down, do you mean breaking into 32 parts or just breaking into a skeleton?
Any way you like, as long as it conforms to the truth. You can break it down to the 32 parts. You can break it down to the 4 elements.
So breaking down the body is to develop wisdom?
Yes, to see the anicca, the impermanent nature of the body. And the anatta, no self. There's no self in the body. All you see are the body parts, or 4 elements.
So this will help.
So then you can teach your mind that you're not the body. The mind is not the body. The mind just uses the body. The mind is the user of the body. Like the body is like the handphone that we use, and the person is the mind who uses the handphone. They're two different persons, 2 different things. And the mind doesn't die with the body. The mind goes on, continue on a spiritual being once there's no body to use.
And the body that we get, that the mind receives, is based on our past karma.
It's based on your cravings. When you're craving for the sensual object, you need to have a body. Like when you crave for traveling, you need to buy a car, right? If you don't crave for traveling, you like to stay at home, then you don't need to buy a car. And whether you get a good or bad car depends on your good or bad karma. If you did a lot of good karma more than bad karma, you'll likely get a better body. But karma is not only the condition of your that cause you to get a good or bad body. There are other factors as well. Your heredity, your parents, who they are, what kind of whether they are strong and healthy or not. Do they have any diseases that they can pass on to the next body? These are other conditions that can cause you to have a good or bad body, not simply because of your good or bad karma only. So there are many factors that can cause you to have a good or bad body, not just only the good or bad karma alone.
And our goal is to make do with what we have.
And our goal is not to have a new body, and don't be attached to the old body, because you're gonna have to give it up sooner, one day or later. This is our goal in life. Give up the old body and don't get a new body. Give up your old car and don't buy a new car. Stop traveling, stay at home. Be happy at home. Then you don't need to go anywhere. Meditate. If you want to stop going around, meditate. When you meditate, you can stop all your cravings. And there's no craving, then you don't need to go anywhere, do anything, see anything, or hear anything. Then you don't need a new body. And the old body you have now, you can let it go anytime, because you don't need it anymore. But right now, if you still need your body, then you cannot let it go, right? If anything happens to it, you become very terrified.
That's why I need to meditate more, Prajaan.
Yeah. The source of the problem is your cravings, and the source of the cure is your mindfulness practice and meditation and wisdom.
So they are like a chain, like a connection. Mindfulness leads to meditation, and meditation will lead to wisdom.
That's right. Okay.
Understood, Prajaan. Thank you very much for your advice.
Next, Nining from Indonesia.
Yeah, Ajaan. Tomorrow I will fly to Thailand, and then we will arrive in Wat Yen on November 1st. And then I plan to join the Katina, to attend the Katina on November 3. After that, I will do meditation in Khao Chion on November 4 until November 12, which is 9 days. And then on November 13, I will meet Ajaan in dining hall. That's my plan.
Okay, good.
Yeah, hopefully I can use the time, which is 9 days. I want to feel how to live alone without any distraction. That's why I plan to bring my own food, and I don't want to meet people during that practice. Is that correct?
Well, if you have to have somebody deliver food for you, that's okay also, because you only meet the person briefly, and you don't have to say anything to the person. But if you want to store your own food, that's okay also. But don't be too perfect. Don't try to say, I don't want to meet anybody at all, because sometimes somebody might come knocking at your door.
Yeah. Also, the admin wrote that there are monkeys and then deer. That's why I'm curious.
Yeah, be flexible. Don't be too uptight about your goal. Then you have to have this and that. because sometimes things don't go according to plan. We have to
Yeah.
adjust to reality when things happen.
Yeah, few of my friends, when I told them about my plan, they also said that, oh, that's my dream to have time to practice. So I'm very happy that I have time and I can visit Ajahn, and also I can I mean I will have the new experience in my life.
Yes, just go do it right now. Don't think about it. Stay in the present right now. You're not there yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have already visited the place
Yeah, but
before.
you're not mindful now. You have to be mindful of being in the present all the time. Don't
Yeah,
spend
I
too
know.
much time in the future.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the admin said that I can do chanting. Is it alone or do the with the
It's all self meditation, self practice, and don't make any sound that can disturb other people. If you want to chant, might have to chant mentally, or chant softly, so that the sound doesn't go outside of your room and disturb other people nearby.
Okay, Ajahn.
All
See you
right.
soon. Yeah, thank you,
Okay.
Ajahn.
Next, Tari and Check from Vancouver.
Greetings, Tan Ajahn.
Yeah, good
Do you
evening.
have snow in Vancouver? I heard there's snow in Canada right now.
Not
Some
not
parts
yet.
of Canada.
Maybe,
Yeah, maybe.
maybe in
In the central part of Canada,
Dr.
or
V,
eastern part.
no, I don't know.
We still have rain, like a lot of.
Raining.
Western Canada is different. It's more,
A bit warmer. A
yeah,
little bit.
maybe because of the Pacific Ocean.
Yes, yeah.
But then just now the discussion with Alvin, you said like break everything down, like break down to what, like to 4 elements or
Yeah, to the basic building blocks, which are the 4 elements. Everything that we have here are made from the 4 elements.
break everything down to 4 elements.
Yeah.
4 element is like atoms, Ajahn?
You can say that elements are like nitrogen, oxygen. In Buddhist time, we call them the water, fire, wind, and heat and temperature, which can be translated in the modern day as solid, liquid, gas, and heat. These are the 4 elements that makes up everything. Our body are made from solid, liquid, heat, and wind, or air, or gas. In our body, if you want to break it down chemically, you can do that also. Everything is made up of nitrogen, oxygen, carbon.
Oh, like
But during the Buddhist time, they didn't go into that detail. They only separate them into the 4 elements of
Oh.
liquid, solid, gas, and heat or temperature. We call fire element, water element, earth element, and wind element. Yeah.
Yes.
No self, they're just element. No self in the body, no self in anything, no self in your iPhone, no self in your house. There's no self in anything anywhere. Your mind, your delusion is keep just fooling you, telling you this is yourself, this is belong to you, this is your house, this is your money. You don't own anything. One day you're gonna have to give up everything that you have. So break it down. Bring it down to zero. Everything will be down to zero.
Break it down.
Everyone in this room will one day break down to the four elements. You, me, and everybody. No exception. No exception.
But the mind cannot break down. The mind,
The mind is a knowing element. They are like the four elements. The four elements still remain. The wind element, the earth element that forms the body still remains. See? But it remains in a pure form. They don't mix with the other elements.
and it cannot break down.
These five elements, they don't break down. They are one and cannot be broken down. Because they're not made up from other things. Like water is water. It's not made up from other things. So this is basically the building blocks of everything in this entire universe that we live in, both animate and inanimate things. They are made from the five elements. With animate thing, they have the knowing element as to join with the four elements, the body and mind. But with inanimate things like trees and cars and things, these are just the four elements without the fifth element, the mind, the knowing element.
What about the kilesa? Is it an element or no? No.
No, kilesa is a mental thing in the mind, created by the mind.
It's not an element. So
It's part of the four. It's part of the knowing element. It comes from the knowing element.
Oh, that is not pure. When it's pure, the knowing element is pure, then there's no more kilesa.
Yes, when you purify the knowing element, then all the kilesa will disappear from the mind. The knowing element is like your clothes. When you wash it in the washer, then all the dirt, all the dirty stuff that stick to the shirt will disappear, leaving the shirt clean, your clothes keep clean. Pure mind, we call it pure mind or pure knowing element is nibbana. The mind that has no cravings. So when there's no craving, there's no rebirth. So there will be the mind will not go out and connect with a new body, another set of four elements. The body is a set of four elements, made from the four elements. With the body, with the mind, the fifth element connecting to it and dictating the body what to do, tell the body what to do. Okay, so break down everything so that you can then don't have an attachment to them, because you cannot keep them. One day they are going to break down. Look at your great grandparents. Where are they now? They're gone.
Gone.
Then next will be your grandparents. And next will be your parents. And next will be you. And next will be your sons and daughters. We are all the same. We are all made from the five elements, really. Actually, five elements.
Five elements.
One day the five elements will go separate ways. We are here just for a brief meeting, like bubbles. One day the bubble will break and it's gone. So life is an illusion, it's not real. But we think it's real. So we become disappointed when we lose the real thing that we thought it is real, when actually it's just an illusion. Okay? So break down everything. Whatever you have, whatever you see, break it down.
Today your team is break down everything.
Well, I didn't set up the theme. Just I would just happen to ask the question.
It just happened. Break down everything.
Break down to the basic building blocks. Everything is made from these building blocks, you know. Okay.
Yes, Ajaan.
Anything else?
You know, the way you explain, Tan Ajahn, like, so like the mind, the nibbana, so the pure mind, it's kind of like you can assume that it's like one of the water elements or heat elements, right? Because or space element.
No, just knowing element. It has nothing to do with the other element. The
So
pure mind is just a knowing element.
no self, nothing, and it's just a knowing.
What do you mean no self? Nothing. It's everything except there's no defilement in it. That's all.
Okay, no defilement.
The knowing element still thinks, can still perceive, can still remember, and it was still connected to the body. It can still see, hear things. Like the Buddha, before he died, he can see things through his body, hear things through his body. But once the body breaks down, then he cannot see or hear things up through the body anymore.
Ah.
Okay. I think it's too far for you to imagine. You just become you just talking nonsense because you don't know what actually you're talking about anyway. Okay. Just come back to the basic, come back to mindfulness. Start from mindfulness. Everything starts from mindfulness.
That's right.
When you read, you start with ABC. When you meditate, you start with mindfulness. Okay.
Okay.
We don't go and do PhD. We are kindergarten.
Yeah, kindergarten. Start it with the alphabet first.
Yes.
Go back to my Satipatthana. Thank you, Tan.
All right. Yes. Kafai from Malaysia.
Hi, good day to you, Ajahn. I'm just listening.
Okay.
Thank you.
What about you, Apalachita from Dubai?
Good evening, Prajan. Yes, I'm
Good evening to
listening.
you. Okay.
Yes, and
Did you have any class today?
no
No
classes.
class.
Yes, I try to keep it empty. Just last time it was a bit, but I prefer to keep the space empty. Yes.
Okay, good. Have more time for yourself, more time for your practice.
Yes, definitely. And yes, I am beginning to realize, like, though mentally we hear it, that most of my thoughts are quite useless. So just having that idea makes me let go. So whatever other activity, I was like, okay, no point thinking that. Just do a mantra or observe the body. So
Yes, that's better because it will
yes.
clear your mind up and calm your mind at the same time.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Keep doing it. Keep practicing mindfulness. Clear the mind, Bhutto, or whatever method you use. Try to stop your mind from thinking. Don't let the mind clutter with your own thoughts. You know, sometimes get cluttered with so many thoughts, and you get confused what's going on.
Exactly. Yes.
So clear them all out. Just only think of the basic thing that you need to think about: when to eat, when to take a bath, and so forth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Yes.
Next.
Thank you.
Intan. Where are you now, in Pattaya? Or...
Yes, Prajan, I'm at Pattaya, Prajan. I'm in Najomden Hotel.
I see.
Uh-huh.
And you stay for
Prajan,
how long ago you stay in Thailand?
I come back to Jakarta 20 November.
Oh, you have many days here,
Yes, Prajan, almost 1 month.
huh? I see. Working.
Weekdays I'm working, but at the weekends I stay at Kajiot.
Okay.
Prajan, I have one question. Now I'm unwell. I have a cough and running nose and also headache. So what is the suitable object for meditation?
You separate yourself from the body. You're not the body. Like you separate yourself from the car. The car gets sick, so you take it to the shop to have it fixed. But the driver doesn't have to get sick with the car. So you don't have to get sick with your body by separating with mindfulness. When you start to feel bad about being sick, then you have to separate the mind from the body. Because the mind is just sick. It's not sick, it's only the body that is sick. But due to delusion, due to the misunderstanding, the mind thinks it is the body. So the mind can still be happy, be well when the body is sick by meditation, by mindfulness, by wisdom, by letting go of the attachment to your body.
Okay, understand, Prajan.
Okay.
Okay.
Hope your body get well soon.
Thank you, Prajan. But Prajan say when I'm sick, I must to happy because I'm success to sick.
If you're sick and happy, then you have passed the test of letting go of your attachment to your body. If your body is sick and you also feel sad, then you fail the test. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Prajan. See you tomorrow, Prajan.
All right. Next, Indira and Priyal, doctors. Working
Good morning.
today? Working today, Dr.
Working today,
Priyal?
yes. Yeah, just now.
No patient yet. No patient
No,
yet.
yeah. He has delayed seeing from 10:30 he starts, so he was.
Have you
So
switched? Have you switched the time already?
the other next week is the time we are going to change.
I see. Next week.
Forward, like I think, fall back. Yeah,
Fall
so
back.
it's all fall back. I try to remember that.
So it'll be
Spring
later. You have 1 more hour to sleep. You can sleep late.
Yes. The piggyback on like a question on Check and Sui asked about the elements. The several areas or parts of the sutra text, Buddha talks about 6 elements. I think one is Anatta Pindiko or the sutra, the 4 basic elements plus Vijnana and Akasa, that's a space element. So this Akasa is can understand like it's a space within your ear or whatever the space between you and me. But Vijnana, I think this is what you're talking about, the
knowing
element,
the knowing
chitta,
element.
the chitta or the knowing element. I
Yes.
think in this case, because the other Vijnana, they're talking about the eye Vijnana, ear consciousness, that's separate. But this is
that's in the khanda. That's in the nama khanda.
That's in the khanda.
It's a separate type. It's contained in the knowing element.
Knowing element, yes.
Yeah.
So once also talk about this, the consciousness without a base, consciousness without supports. So this consciousness called Anidassana Vijnana, Bonya Arahat, the consciousness. So this element can also be dissolved. Like can you just dissolution, like say you dissolve the solid element, just like that, can you make a like a meditation, it's called Kshayanupasana, the dissolution of the 6 elements. At the end, you can become empty, right? Even the consciousness is only the knowing element. There's no activity there. No, just like the space, the wind, and the solid, which belongs to the earth, the different parts of the earth, right? Can you dissolve the body like that? It's like and see it just becomes empty. Everything becomes empty.
Well, the body will eventually disappear. It's like a bubble made from the four elements. So when a person dies, what goes first from the body? The wind element goes first. You don't breathe anymore. The next element will be the fire element. The body becomes cold. And the next element that will separate is the wind, the water element, the fluid. And then after you leave it for a while, then on that you have it's just a solid element, the earth element, the skeleton, all the organ, all dried up skeleton.
Yeah.
And then eventually it will break down into earth, becomes. So this is how they go, they separate.
The four basic elements.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I have a question about jhana. It's not related to this topic, but can someone who is very proficient, very good at jhanas, can move from first to second and third? But if you're not, the second is not stable, can you move back to the first and back and forth between until you reach the fourth
Depends on
jhana?
your mind. It depends on your mindfulness. The more mindful you are, then it's easier for you to move forward. The weaker your mindfulness, it can maybe go back and forth.
Go back to the first jhana and make it, and come back again.
When your mindfulness weakens, it might come back to the first jhana. Then it becomes stronger, then we'll move to the second and third.
And another person who is very, very proficient, like can you go through the three jhanas very quickly and come to the fourth jhana, which is the resting place. And that is the fourth jhana where your the insight begins. So you can go through very quickly and
very
just stay
quickly.
there.
Yeah, just as soon as you set up your mindfulness, it will just go through go through the fourth.
Yeah, because that's where everything, the fun part begins.
Well, that's where you find peace and contentment.
Yes,
and nothing to do.
Yeah, and the insight also begins from when you come out of it. Also, so this is the beauty of it.
No, insight comes with contemplation, with study. You need to study, but you need a calm mind to study, to see things clearly. When your mind is not calm, you cannot concentrate or contemplate on these difficult subjects, like the 32 parts or death. This is something that the mind, the uncalm mind would not like to contemplate upon.
So you contemplate before, but when you do through the jhanas, the insight becomes clear. There is no defilements, no corruptions of insight. That's clear. You cannot unsee it once you see it, pretty much.
If you see with wisdom, then you change from not knowing to knowing. Like before, people believe in the world is flat, the earth is flat. But now we know it's not flat. So no matter, you cannot go back to that same old perception again. Except you go to talk to people who never study anything, they might still think the earth is flat.
So even anybody says this is this way, but when you see it, you cannot unsay it. Like you know, you experience it.
You know everything is anicca. You know everything is anatta.
And another question about this, I think you have touched on this knowing element. I think in the sutta, Buddha talks about which is called the mind, mentality, and consciousness arise as one thing and ceases by another, by day and night. Just as a monkey roaming through the forest grabs hold of one branch and lets go the other. So it's a continuous. That means mano, chitta, vijnana. They are kind of a continuous process. They can go back and forth. It's the same thing. It's a different form at different times. Is it?
No, this is your emotional state inside your mind. You get up in the morning, you feel peaceful and happy, and a few minutes later, something happens, then you start to feel agitated, feel restless. This keep changing all day long due to the condition that the mind becomes involved with.
Okay.
Okay. But it's not the mind that changes, it's the emotion inside the mind.
Emotions inside. So the activity, the chitta still behind watching,
It's still
But
knowing, it's still
no
knowing.
element is there,
But
but this activity.
If it has delusion, then it will react to those emotions.
Reaction.
If it's become enlightened, it doesn't react.
So once you go of the activity, you just only the chitta or the knower is
just
left behind.
Just knowing, merely knowing. But
So-
if you're delusional, you want to react to those emotions. If you have good emotion, you want to cling to it. You want to keep it. If you have bad emotions, you want to get rid of it. Then you then you're creating more dukkha in the mind.
So can you basically say, to simplify, is the knower and the doer. The doer is the one you need to like get rid of. Knower remains.
That's right. Not only the bad doer, the good doer you can still keep.
At the beginning, yes. You need a good doer, yes.
Skillful doer.
Skillful doer, yes.
Yes, skillful mind. You can keep the skillful mind, but you have to get rid of the unskillful mind, which means the mind with defilement, the mind that acts with defilement, with great hatred or delusion.
That's true.
But if the mind reacts with loving kindness, you can keep that.
Yeah, that's what when people say not self, people don't want to. If there's not self, why bother? Why I have to do good karma if there is no self? But I think that's they are dropping the self too early in the process. But first, you have to become a skillful self, and then eventually you have to get rid of drop the self. But if you can't just say I don't care, I don't have a self anymore, I can do anything I want.
Well, the one who's saying it is still a self. See?
Yeah, no, I'm saying there's an argument like that. Some say, what's the point? There's no self.
I know that's exactly what they're saying. They're using the self to say there's no self, which is not the way.
No,
you have to use the calm mind to see that there's no self.
Yeah, it's called Vanchanika Dhamma. I think Buddha calls it like a Vanchanika. I don't know what the
Falsifying
the Dhamma just to get your way argument.
That's right.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. I got a chance today to
He's
speak.
so happy. He was very
Nice
sad.
talking to you today. It's been quite a while. I haven't heard from you.
I've had bad karma.
He said it's bad karma.
Bad karma went down.
Haven't heard of your wisdom for a while.
No. My bad karma is gone now. Today I got good karma.
Okay, good.
Thank you, Tan Ajaan, Teruan Saranai.
Don't work too hard. Or enjoy your work.
I do.
Okay.
Lot of skeletons I see.
Chanta Viriya Chitta Vimamsa.
Vimamsa.
The four Itipada.
Yeah.
Itipada, yes. The basis of four bases of power. I think that was asked at the beginning of
Alice.
Yeah, four bases of power.
Yeah. Thank you, Tan Ajaan.
Okay. Good to see you. Nice talking to you.
Very good to see you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Next, Gary from Singapore.
Good evening, Tan Ajaan. I'm just listening in. No questions.
Okay. Christine Coe from Penang.
Good evening, Tan Ajaan. I would like to come to pay respect to you. That's all. Thank you.
Okay. Next, Stalin or Mrs. Stalin. Where is your husband? Is he here also?
Oh, he's here too. I just came to pay my respects because I always listen to your talks, although I don't come here. And it has helped me immensely. You have the last few sessions, there was a lot of information that I made use of, and he has made it possible for us to practice every day because he has cut us off from everybody. So it's easier for me to practice at home, and I practice every day.
Yes.
And I just wanted to be grateful and pay my respects to you and be thankful for the teachings.
Okay, you're welcome.
He's here.
How are you? I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, no, I'm busy with my work, not the worldly work, but on the Dhamma.
And also the elections. We are
And-
ready with elections.
Ajaan, do I have your permission to give my view? Another method how to contemplate on the body?
You want to ask me or you want to tell me?
No, I just want to express my view on that.
Yes,
Another method.
you can have not more than 5 minutes if you like.
Okay, okay. If you look at the Satipatthana Sutra, the Buddha talks about where you may use any kammatana to say the anapanasati or anything to get your mind into a state where all the worldly things have disappeared. In other words, it's at a calm state. Then he talks about now contemplate kaya kaya anupassi virati. Contemplate on the body in the body. However, easy method now in what he is trying to show is through that contemplation, look at the anicca, the impermanence of the body, and the anatta, the non-self part of the body. Now, an easy way to look at this is, look how that this body is formed. This body is formed, say, I'm not using any technical terms, but easy, using normal words. Now, this body is formed, cannot exist. There is this heart and the circulation. Then there is this lung and the breathing involved with it. Then there is the nervous system where the brain and the rest of the nerves are involved. And then there is the digestive system, which is the stomach and the intestines are involved. And then there is the kidney, which purifies the blood, and that system. Now, if you look at this, all these systems are specific in their functions. Because the kidney can't do the work of the heart, nor can the heart do the work of the kidney. They're all specific in their functions. But at the same time, you will see that they are interrelated. In other words, if the heart fails, that is the end of the body. Or if the lungs fail, that is the end of the body. So if any one of these systems fail, that is the end of the body. So you see a system where there is dependencies. So this body is formed dependent on these systems. Then these systems are changing every moment. The heart is not the same at any one moment, nor in the kidneys, nor in the lungs. So you see the dependency of this body on these systems. So therefore you see the dependent origination or the dependent arising of this body dependent on these systems. And these systems are also dependent on other conditions. For example, taking the easiest one, the breathing, your breathing is dependent on the carbon dioxide and the oxygen content and the acidity of the blood. So dependent on that is your degree to which you, how many times you breathe a minute or for how long you breathe a minute. So all these systems are dependent on each other and they themselves are dependent on other factors. So therefore, you see this dependency. So it's the easy way of contemplating and seeing. And which system would you call myself? All these systems are independent. And without all these systems conglomerating or coming together, you can't have a form or a body. And Buddha also refers to this in the Samyutta Nikaya, in the Kajjaniya Sutra. Buddha says, monks, why is it called Rupa? Because it is changing. Rupatati, it is changing. And what it is change that is occurs, he refers to. Get flies, the temperature, the outside temperature, the mosquitoes, and all those things changes this. You will see every moment how this body is changing. If you look at these systems, which are quite simple, because everybody knows these systems. And then that contemplation would show you the anicca and the dependency. So if you can see the anicca and the dependency, then you see the dukkha if you cling on to it. Thank you.
Okay. Well, the whole point is to get rid of your attachment to the body. That's all.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Knowing that it is rising and ceasing. It starts with birth and eventually it will end up at death.
Yes.
And this is the process no one can reverse or can change.
So
And
in
if
other
you-
words,
if you let go, then you will have no suffering. If you
So
attach, then you will have suffering when you have to lose it.
in other words, look at the body as a continuous phenomena consisting of ever-changing phenomena.
That's right.
Then you will see the non-self nature of the body.
Yes. So the goal is not to be sad or be afraid when the body get old, get sick, or die. That's all.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for your enumeration.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Gegienso from Penang.
Again.
Ajaan, I'm learning and listening. There's no questions. Yeah, just to send regards.
Okay. Next, Belinda from Singapore.
Good evening, Ajaan.
Yes, what can I do for you?
They talk about a lot of changing and impermanence, the principle of impermanence. And then we talk about doing good and doing bad. So, like for a unenlightened mind, we have polarity. We can be like very compassionate, but then we can become very cruel as well. So like if feel like there can be change from, so if I label I'm somebody very compassionate, like if my mind is not transcended, there will be the sense of me, and then I see the side of the opposite side of compassion. So there's a love, there's hate. Like if you're feeling compassion, like if it's not transcended, I see like cruelty. Sometime back, I just asked like if I'm a good listener, or if I'm a good, or if I'm a good questioner, or whether I'm a good listener. I think I answer Ajaan like, I think I'm not good at any of it. Then I feel that this is so labeling, and that day was so the thinking process was, the habit is to compare. Like when I say I'm a good listener, do I benchmark against somebody? Like within the Zoom community, do I benchmark to who and who? If I'm a good questioner, do I benchmark against somebody? So it's a habit that I benchmark somebody, and but eventually I realized that, hey, I may be too harsh to label that I'm good or bad, or if I say I'm bad listener, because there are days when I can be good as well. So I do realize that change, like every day is changing. Not every time is permanent. Some day we can be like compassionate. Some days, like certain things, the dark side can just surface for an untranscended mind like us. So again, if you label we are good or bad, it doesn't mean some form of conceit. And normally it's our habit to like we cross reference to somebody, or people outside like to compare us to somebody. So in terms of conceit, Ajaan, I think I saw some sutta saying that there's no, if you feel superior or you feel inferior, or even if you feel equal, these are like, the Buddha said, no, we don't like fall under any of this. I feel maybe because it's impermanent, every time it's changing. So could Ajahn teach and enlighten, comment on this, Ajahn?
Well, don't look at them whether they're good or bad, better, superior, or inferior. Look at their action. What they say, what they do is good or bad. That's all you need to know. If they do, and it's not so much about other people either. You should look more at your own self. Look at your
Yes.
own action,
Yeah.
whether you are doing good or bad action. And if you do bad action, try to eliminate them, stop them. If you do good action, you should encourage them to do more. Don't compare, don't judge or anything. You know. Just know that your good and bad action have bad and good consequence for yourself and other people. Should focus more on watching your action, because this is the one that counts. Your evaluation whether this person is more superior than you are or not is pointless. It's not important to know.
So when I just asked a question like, "Are you a good listener?" Right? You asked me a question.
Okay, you have good action. Listening is an action also. See, are you paying attention to what you hear or not? If you pay attention, then you're a good listener because then you can learn from what you hear. But if you're not paying attention to what you listen, then you might not get anything from listening. So you're a bad listener. You're not getting any benefit from your listening. Just judge by the action. That's all. Don't judge by what they have or what position, what status they have, and so forth. Judge by their action, whether the action is good or bad action. Because actually there's no actor, there's no person who act. It's just an action by the mind, body, that's all. So don't waste time trying to analyze self or no self in anything. Just look at the action. Action has no self, they're just action. No actor behind the action. Okay?
So that means
Just know whether they're good or bad, that's all. If they're good, do it. If they're not good, don't do it.
so when we make when we assess ourselves, like when I just ask me, "Are you a good listener?" Like, I got caught up.
Don't assess yourself, assess your action. Because your self depends on your action. Your good or bad depends on your good or bad action.
So to know that I need to raise my awareness and really need to be mindful from moment to moment. Like if this moment I'm not listening, I need to be aware, or I need to.
Well, if you have good mindfulness, then you'll be more aware of what you're doing. See? Okay, we're
So we
running out of
still
time.
okay, Ranjan, we still have to do. They still like if I aware that I'm not like really paying attention, or like I'm not paying attention to friends talking. I quit
And you're
thinking.
not, then you're not a good listener. So it doesn't mean you're not good. You're just not a good listener. You're not good at listening. It doesn't mean that you're bad or anything like that.
So when we realize that, do we practice to be better?
You can be a good practitioner or a bad practitioner.
So do we make intentional, like we aware that I'm not really paying attention to what my friend is talking? Like do we cultivate or we set a goal to like be a better listener or things like that, Anja, on a relative world?
Well, when you listen, be a good listener, whether you like to listen or not. If you're forced to listen, then you should just keep listening. So you know what the person is saying to you. But if you find the person is saying rubbish, then you can be a bad listener and just Just pretend that you're listening, but your mind can be away somewhere else.
So we got to be selective also.
Yeah, it's not everything is not apple or oranges. There can be some grapes and bananas in between also. Okay,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome.
Okay.
Next, Steph, you're back again. Send your kid to school.
Yeah.
How old are
Hi.
they? How old are they?
I have a 12-year-old and an 8-year-old.
Both boys?
Both boys. Yeah.
Okay.
It was raining really bad at the bus stop, and I had them under an umbrella, and I walked them right to the bus. And then there was a little girl who had no coat or nothing, and she just ran right in, and she was fine. So it really depends. It's kind of
Yeah.
funny. I'm good though. Everything is with the election, so I'm just being very mindful. I've been breathing. I learned it from Ajaan Jeff. You breathe into the nose and then the heart and then the stomach. And I've just been doing that just to keep myself real calm. And that's been my
Yeah.
practice.
And recite whatever will be, will be.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep myself in my refuge because that's all I can do. So
Yeah. Don't place your bet on the horses.
yeah, no, yeah.
Then you
But that's fine.
then you don't win or lose. You're just a detached
Just go inside.
observer.
Just
Yeah,
go
detached
inside.
observer. Doesn't
Yes,
matter who
yeah.
wins. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter
yeah.
who wins.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Okay,
all. Thank
good. You're welcome. Next, Diana, Anjali.
Namo Buddhaya, Ajaan Suchart.
How are
think
you?
um I was facing some challenges this week, and I was staying mindful, and internally I was able to observe external agitation and not get caught in it. So like some car issue, I had like a flat tire, then I found out like insurance was raised, and speaking with my mother, I had to stay calm, and supporting my daughter's emotions was a challenge, but I was able to I had enough mindfulness, I think, for those events to recognize and come out. And then on the weekend, out of the blue, like I had a baker yell at me for no reason, and I was staying mindful, and then I just I got caught in the aggression also, and then at some point I realized it was happening, and then I tried to back away. And then as I was trying to just, my daughter was crying, the baker was yelling, the girl who was serving us was trying to solve the situation. The situation was just out of control. In the beginning, I think I made a mistake to just understand why he was yelling out of the blue, and then I realized that there was no reason, that he just kept yelling for this reason or that. And anyway, it escalated, and after the situation has passed, I kind of regretted getting caught up, and now I'm trying to just, my mind is still caught up in it. Basically, I'm trying to let go of control, that the situation has passed, but my mind is like wanting to figure out like, why did it happen, and how was I responsible for it, and just the agitation is just really stuck, like. So the question is like, I'm doing a little. I am able to do Budo and breathing, but it's just like the agitation is present whenever the thoughts of it come up.
Your mindfulness is not strong enough to suppress your emotions, your reaction.
So then, in that case, what's the next tool?
You can use wisdom and just look at the person as a non-person, as a natural phenomenon, like the wind, or the rain. You cannot stop the wind or the rain. So you cannot stop the person from yelling. Let him yell.
And what to do about my own reaction that was like, that is getting triggered.
Don't react. Stop it by using Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto.
Still back to Buddha.
Yeah.
Yeah, Buddha. Yeah, like in that moment in the bakery, I had my thinking was telling me use Buddha, but the Buddha wasn't strong enough to keep me
Stop.
paused.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep
So
me paused.
you need to practice more Bhutto.
More Buddha again. Okay, yeah, yeah. Because now I feel kind of really bad that I probably escalated by getting triggered. But yeah, just I heard you sharing to the in one of the answers to let go of the control, and then I was thinking, okay, well then how to do that quickly, successfully, and I guess we are back to the weather scenario. It's just the weather, it's not personal, and Buddha. There's
Yes.
nothing
Nothing else you need to do, really. Stop your mind from reacting to the situation around you.
Yes. And then yesterday, there was it wasn't a similar situation, but again, I was speaking with a woman because I needed her help, like a social worker, and she was speaking okay, and I stayed okay. And then the second time I had to go in and speak with her, she was speaking with me quite tense, and then I was aware of her tension, and I was trying not, like, I didn't react in the situation, but then afterwards I was feeling very tense because because she was speaking to me like very, like I needed some help and I needed some answers, but she was not wanting me to ask for answers probably. But somebody has to, like, like when you go to the office and you have questions, and yeah, because now I will be speaking with this person and I'm just thinking like to apply the same answer you were just giving, just like maybe just listening to the person and then letting them talk how they like, and then having my turn to speak. Would that be like a solution?
Yes, it's better to speak one at a time, not two people speaking at the same time.
Yeah, so because she was interrupting, so then in order for me to resolve it, I needed to like step back and just give her her turn that she wanted, right?
That's right. That she speaks all she wants. And when she stops, then you can then you can speak and explain to her what you want.
And even if I was explaining it already like 4 times, I should do the same thing. Just keep explaining until, like, without agitation, like, because obviously the understanding was missing.
As long as you stay calm,
As long as I stay.
and you still feel that you can somehow get something from her by talking to her, then you can continue. But if you find that it's just pointless to talk to her, then you just have to give up and then just walk away.
Yes, in the middle, I sort of did that, and I reached out to another person to help us, and that person reached back to her, and so then she came back and was able to resolve the situation. Like, there was a difficult time, like I had some feedback, and she was just resisting in taking it from me for some reason, but I still, she was the person that assigned to work with me, so then I was asking the other person to help us, and then it seemed that the other person was able to help. But it's not an ideal situation, because then because I realized she was feeling bad about it, that I reached out to somebody else, but she was feeling stuck, right, with her tension.
Well, at least she has a time to pause, and then give her some time to recoup her sensibility. Maybe she was very emotional. And then when you walk away from her, then just give her some time to pause and then change it.
Yeah, it was just like an urgent situation, like it had to be resolved within that day, and she wanted like another day. But I explained that like it happened suddenly, and that like I really needed a resolution now. And it wasn't like me personal decision. It was the other worker that advised me to resolve it today because I was running short of time. So then I was staying calm externally, but internally, I was still like externally, I wasn't externalizing it, but internally, I was aware that the aversion was there internally. Okay.
All right. You have
Yeah.
any more questions?
Um,
One more question. Okay, we are running out of time.
I'm gonna give I turn someone else. Thank you.
Actually, there's only one person. If you want to continue with another question, you're welcome to.
Oh, I was just gonna try. I didn't write it down. It was just had to do with just Nibbana and Chitta, and just I was just going to ask you to say something about that.
About Nibbana.
And like how we're trying to get our Chitta enlightened.
By practicing the triple training, charity, morality, and meditation. This is the way to purify the mind, the chitta. Once you have purified the mind, then we call this mind nibbana, this state of mind nibbana.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Pure mind without any defilement.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
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 All right. How's your daughter? She's doing something else?
Yes, yeah, many children go to school. I didn't have a chance to share with you that I'm actually homeschooling her. That's why in the beginning I had like a lot of questions about like socializing and how much we socialize, but she's doing some homework here now. And then we go to some activities for community. And I try to hold my equanimity a little more when she's having her emotions. And sometimes it's helping, like I've seen some progress, but it's slow, but it's there. It's there. Like she's learning that it's not always her way. So that's we keep learning for that. Thank you.
Okay. See you next time.
Yes. Oh, Ajaan, Suchart, everybody's saying they will see you on Wednesday. What's on Wednesday? What's tomorrow?
Oh, there's another Zoom meeting in Thai language. The boy could speak Thai. He was a Thai, but he came in to join the English room.
Oh, I see. Okay, so it's only in Thai then.
Yes, only in Thai.
Okay, I don't speak Thai.
Okay. So you want to understand what we will be talking about.
Okay.
All right. Next, Sulan, always last but not least.
Hello, Ajaan. Nice to see you.
How are you? Good?
Oh, I just feeling stressed.
Stressed again?
Huh?
Because of your cravings, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
Lessen your cravings, lessen your demand, lessen your desire.
Oh. Then can you elaborate?
Or expecting less, one less, then there'll be less stress that way. The more you expect, the more you want, and the more stress you are creating for yourself.
Oh, okay. So as an expect less, that means I should
Like,
just be agreeable.
just maybe expect to lose 10% of your salary, for instance.
10% of my salary.
10% of your salary. Yeah, okay, this month I only expect 10% less than last month. And you feel good that way. When you get more than 10% than you expect to lose. But if you want an extra 10% this month, and when you don't get it, then you become sad, unhappy.
Oh, okay. So I just
Put your cravings in reverse, not in forward gear. Put it in reverse. Reverse your cravings.
Oh, okay.
One less and less, not more and more.
Oh, okay. So I should just try to give away what I have.
Whatever, give away or don't, at least don't expect more. If you want to feel less stressful, then you have to expect less. One less, not wanting more.
Oh, not wanting more. So that's like the challenge that I mean that's the lesson that I should learn from this.
Yeah, but then you're stressful because you want so many things, right? And they're not going according to plan, according to what you want.
Mm. Okay.
So change your craving, change your desire, or reduce your craving, reduce your desire.
Mm.
Then you'll be less stressful that way.
Oh, okay. And the stress is inner stress or is it the outer
Yeah.
stress?
Well, stress is in your mind, but it's created by what you see or hear, what you expect.
I want to expect. Mm.
You expect something to happen and it doesn't happen, then you can become stressful.
Mm. Mm.
If you don't expect, then you won't become stressful. You just let things be, let things happen as they happen.
As in, I let things happen as they happen, so I don't try to make it better.
Yeah, don't try to set a goal for things to happen. When things don't happen according to your goal, then you can become stressful, or sad, or unhappy.
Mm.
But if you don't have set a goal, then anything happens, you say, okay, that's good. Que sera, sera.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because you cannot control everything.
Oh. So the goal that I have is not practical.
Well, it depends on whether it can be practical or not. It can be true, it can be realized or not. If you set up a goal that you cannot realize, then you should not set up that goal. If your goal has to depend on many other factors, like other people, then maybe it's not possible for you to accomplish that goal. So then you have to change your goal to anything happen, you're happy with that. Be happy with whatever happens. Okay. You can set up the goal, but don't be attached to the goal. You might get it and you might not get it. Because everything is anicca, everything is uncertain. You cannot control everything.
Mm.
Understand?
Understand.
Okay. The Buddha said, be content with as little as possible. Or be happy with whatever you get, and you won't have any stress.
Mm. Okay.
If your salary should be reduced to 50% this month, okay, be happy.
Okay, okay. Oh.
Be content.
Oh.
You can look at it, it's better than nothing. 50% is better than nothing.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. 50% better than nothing.
Right? 50 is better than zero.
Yeah. Yeah, it's better than nothing.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
But if you expect 120% and you only get 100%, you feel bad already.
Yeah. Mm.
So just try to be flexible and just be happy with whatever you get.
Mm.
Then
Okay.
you will have no stress.
Oh, okay.
Have a flexible goal from 0 to 100, whatever. You can be happy with any result. Whether you get 50, you get 80, you get 70, or you get 20, just be happy.
Oh, okay. That's the way to be happy.
Yeah, to have no stress, not to have no disappointment. It's not to fix a fixed goal. Fix a flexible goal, a goal that can change, that can go up or can come down according to reality.
Oh, okay. Then like, wouldn't it be like you don't have like what that we won't have like persistence?
No, you still work hard, but it's a separate issue. You work hard, but whatever you get is not something that you can always expect. So you have to be flexible.
Mm.
But the harder you work, the more chance that you'll get what you want, what you want to get. If you don't work hard, then the more likely that you will not get what you want to get.
Oh, okay. Mm.
What I'm trying to say is that don't have your goal fixed because it might not happen. Make it flexible. Then you can be happy with more or less. It doesn't matter as long as you get anything, something better than nothing. Or even sometimes nothing is also good as well. If that's what you have to get, then you just have to get it. Get nothing.
Get nothing.
Maybe you get fired.
Oh.
Okay, what can you do if you get fired? Then you get nothing, no salary.
Yeah, no salary. And then in that case, like is that how you enjoy your solitude also?
Yes, you practice more meditation, then you can be happy with nothing. See.
Mm.
Then you don't have to work. Eventually, you'll be like me. No work, but no need to work. No need to spend money because you're happy.
No need to spend money. Mm. Yeah.
All right, we're out of time for tonight.
Okay. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay, could do Kunjup now for the final questions.
กราบนมัสการท่านอาจารย์ค่ะ We have 5 questions this evening and they're all from Facebook. The first question is from Minnie Pool. Dear Ajahn Suchart, Buddha teaches us to have little desire and be content. But some people will advise monks not to teach this, as it may stop us from improving. If we do not want to advance, we will not be the topmost person, like we will not be a billionaire, be a president, etc. We will only be an ordinary person. Could Ajahn share your view on this? Thank you.
We will all be Buddhas and Arahants. So what's wrong with that?
The next questions are from Pauline Soon. What is the importance in participating in Katina, and does it help with meditation practice?
It's just another form of charity, that's all.
When I breathe in and out, I feel the sensation of my body very comfortable and nice, and breathing is smooth. I just feel it and concentrate my breathing. But this experience does not last long. Can Ajahn please comment?
Well, because it's impermanent. See. So you want to have it, then you have to do more meditation.
When I look and visit the Buddhists who visit the Thai temples in Thailand, doing dana, meeting wise Lung Pu, is it the right way to practice for helping meditation?
Well, meeting teacher can help you learn how to meditate better. That's the reason we go to monks, to learn meditation from them, because they're supposed to be experts on meditation, but not every monks are experts. So you have to find out which monk meditate and which monk doesn't meditate.
And the last question from Pauline Soon is, may I know at least how many hours a day that is needed to practice mindfulness meditation?
Well, the Buddha prescribed 20 hours a day. Practice the mindfulness and meditation. 4 hours for sleeping, and then the rest for mindfulness and meditation. That's for the monks. I don't know about the lay people. Lay people, you have to set up your own time for because you have other work to do. But with monks, we don't have any other work except meditation and mindfulness. All right, I think that's about it for tonight. Thank you for your company. I hope this meeting is beneficial to you and can help you advance in your practice. In the meantime, please stay safe, be mindful, and keep on practicing. And if all goes well, I'll see you all at the same time next week. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you, Ajaan.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Ajaan.
Ajaan. And goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you.